we have the value of C1 as 4 microfarad and C2 as 6 microfarad, and we have to calculate the equivalent capacitance of the combination between the points indicated. Now first of all, let's calculate the equivalent capacitance. In A figure, we have C1 and C2 in parallel, again C1 and C2 in parallel, and the resultant of both this combination in series. So let's solve this figure. We have C1 and C2 in parallel, so C1 and C2 parallel, we get an equivalent, let's say C dash as C1 plus C2, as they are in parallel, so it comes out to be 6 plus 4, that gives 10 microfarad. Let's calculate C double dash, that is the equivalent of this C1 and this C2, that is again C1 plus C2 because both are in parallel, again 6 plus 4 gives 10 microfarad. Now our system looks like this, with the same points as indicated above. This is our equivalent of C1 and C2, that is 10 microfarad. This is our equivalent of C1 and C2, that is again 10 microfarad. Now solving this circuit, we have these two capacitors in series, so C equivalent will be 1 by C dash plus 1 by C2 C double dash, because both are in series. So 1 by C equivalent is 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10, that is 1 by 5. So C equivalent comes out to be 5 microfarad. That is the answer. In B figure, we have C1 C2 in parallel, C1 C2 in parallel, C1 C2 in parallel again, and here also C1 C2 in parallel. So reducing the circuit, we have C1 C2 in parallel combinations. So let's say the combination is C dash, C double dash, C triple dash, and C 4 dashes. Fine. Now since C1 C2 are same, we have the magnitude of C1 dash equal to C double dash equal to C triple dash and C 4 dash. So value of this equivalent will be equal to C1 plus C2, because they are in parallel, which comes out to be 10 microfarad. Now our system looks like this. Another two capacitors with the same two terminals. This is our C dash, C double dash, C triple dash, and C 4 dash, each having a magnitude of 10 microfarad. Now since C1 dash and C double dash are in series, so equivalent of them, let's say C equivalent of C equivalent dash is the combination of C dash and C double dash in series. So the equivalent will be this, that is 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10 comes out to be 1 by 5. So C equivalent dash comes out to be 5 microfarad. Similarly, 1 by C equivalent double dash, that is the equivalent of C triple dash and C 4 dashes and series. So 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10 gives me again 1 by 5. So C equivalent double dash is again 5 microfarad. Now our system looks like capacitor this, another capacitor with the same two terminals. This is my C equivalent dash, this is my C equivalent double dash. Now again they are in parallel, so the C equivalent will be equal to C equivalent dash plus C equivalent double dash, as they are in parallel combination. We have 5 plus 5, that comes out to be 10 microfarad. That is my answer.